Jazz guitar aficionados around the globe, Sandra Sherman here. Greetings from Austria. In this guitar lesson, I'm going to be teaching you the famous jazz ballad, If You Could See Me Now, in chord melody style. I've also made tabs and a backing track, which you can download from one of the links down below in the description box. Just click the little arrow icon or more info to unfold the box. All right, now let's get started. We are in the original key of E flat major, and we have a classic jazz song form. A, B, A, each of these sections being 8 bars long, so we have a total of 32 bars. All right, and here's phrase number 1. We start with an E flat major, actually a part of it. All right, part of this E flat major chord. E flat and G, 6th and 5th fret. We play them together. Then I use my pinky, this is the major 7th of the chord, and I slide up to the 8th fret, G string. Then I bar over to the 8th fret of the B. Then, this would be the melody, I add a 6th because I like harmonizing melodies in 6th sometimes. So this is the 6th and the 7th of the G string here. And now we have a full major 7 chord, E flat major 7, 8, 8, 8, 10. Then I put this away and press the E string on the 8th fret. And then the B string on the 8. That's the melody. All right? All right, and we have an A flat 9 here. That's 11, 10, 11, 11. Here is the root. Then I slide down from the 10th beat to the 9th and go back to the 11th. And now I play an A flat 13 down here, another dominant chord of the dominant group. 4, then the D string 4, 5, 6, A flat 13 this is. All right, first 2 bars. Then I repeat everything, and then we have another little note here on the 8th fret of the B string. That's the pickup for the next phrase. All right, and here's the entire thing slowly. 3, 4. Here is phrase number 2, and these are the last 4 bars of the A1 section already. So remember, we had the pinky on the 8th fret of the B string, and now we move it to the 11th and shape a G minor 7 around it. Starting from the G, 8th fret, 10th and 11th fret in a 4 strings. All right, that's a G minor 7. Then I go over to a C minor 7. I just play the 8th fret of the E string, D, G, and B string. Now I add my pinky to the 11th of the B string. And now it's for an F sharp minor 11 chord. That's the F sharp here on the, where are we, 9th fret. And 7, 9, 9, and all the way over, bar all the way over to the E string. This is where the 11th happens. So this is the 7th fret. And you could either strum through or just play the upper 3 strings plus the F sharp in bass. Then I play the G string. And then it's over to the 5 chord, the B7. 7 of E, that's the root, 7 of D, and 8 of G. And now we're at the first house, where the A1 section is different from A2 later. So F minor 7 we have here. That's the root 10, no, 8, sorry, 8, 10, 8, 9, and 8, all the way up. Then the B string, then the G string on, I add my pinky on the 10th fret. Right? Let's try it here actually. F minor, 7, F minor. All right, and now I go over to the 5 chord would be a B flat 7 altered chord. And we can do that, we can substitute it with a diminished chord. Actually, it's not really a substitution, it's just kind of an extension. If we play a diminished chord over an altered chord, then it becomes a 7 flat 9 chord. So I'm on the 9th fret, B diminished. 9, 10, 9, 10 of the upper 4 strings. Right? Then over to the A flat 13. This is where the A flat would be, 4th fret of the E string, but we just play an upper chord. So this is 4, 5, 6, 6. Here's the 13, and here's the 9th of the chord. And now I have no more melody, just actually the next one would be this in a melody. And we shape a G7 sharp 5 chord around it. Here's the G in bass, and then the upper 3 strings. 4, 4, 3. I bar it all over, but I just play the 3 strings up here and the bass note. And now the melody just kind of rings through, and this is the melody. And what we want to do is we have 4 different chords. Yeah, 4 different chords, and each one has the same top note. So we got to find ourselves voicings that contain this on the top. So first one is G7 sharp 5. Now we need a C7 something, and I see a C9 up here going up to the 5th of the chord. 3, 2, 3, 3, 3. C9 chord. Then I do the same thing with an F13 9 chord. That's the F in bass, and the upper 3 strings are actually 2 of G, 3, and 3. So here is our top note again. And then we have a B flat. I have no way to play a B flat with that top note up here. So I play it here. This G is the same as this one. So I play a B flat 13 here. 6, 6, 7, 8. Right? And so these are the last 4 chords. All right. Now here's the entire phrase number 2 at slow tempo. 3, 4. And now it's for the A2 section, and actually the first 5 bars are being repeated, and then we go to the second house, which means the second ending. So this is where A1 differs from A2, and I'm just going to play A2 because after that I'm going to play the entire A1 and A2 sections. So after that 4 chord bar with the 4 chords in there, we now go to the second house, and it starts the same as the first house, F minor 7 on the 8th fret. Then the 9th, this one, we all the same, B diminished, but now we don't go down to the A flat. So after this, we take our ring finger, that's important, use your ring finger please, and put it on the 11th of the B string, because now after that we kind of wrap around an E flat 6, 9, and that's the 11th of the E, that's the E flat, then the 9th of G, the 10th, and the 11, which is already here, and the 11th of the E string. That's an E flat 6, 9 chord. And after that, 1, 2, we have an A flat minor. So we have the A flat here on the 11th, and then we play the upper 3 strings, 11, 12, and 11. First the bass, and then the upper 3 strings. So, and now it's back to the E flat 6, 9 again. I play all the strings, all the 4 strings, then just the upper 3 strings. Then I move down 1 to the left and back up. Again. All right, so I'm gonna play the entire second house now, phrase number 3 at slow tempo. 3, 4. Welcome to the B section. These are the first 4 bars. We are at phrase number 4. All right, what we have here is a 2, 5, 1, 6 turnaround. So we have the chords A minor, D7, G major, and E altered, E7 altered. All right, and this is how the melody works. We start with an A minor 11 and we take advantage of the open A string. So I start from the A string. then 7, 9, 8, and 10. A minor 11. All the way through. Then the E string twice. And now it's the 5 chord, D7. We take a D13. That's the 10th. Here's the root. And then we have 11, 12, and 10 by barring. Right? So that's a D13 with the D on top. All right, here's a better angle for you. Now I alter it by, first of all, because we have that E flat in the melody now, which is the B9 of the chord. So what I do is I play a D altered, 10, 11, 11, 11. And then, upper 4 strings, I take the B string. Right, D. And now the resolution is a G major chord, simple G major chord. 10, 12, 10, 11, 12. Here is the root. B string twice, right? And now it's for an E7 altered. I take an E7 flat 9, and again I use the diminished chord for that. That's the usual way to do that. I take any chord tone that is in the E7 flat 9 except for the root, and I'll play a diminished arpeggio off of it. So G sharp, for example, is the 3rd of the E. I can shape and diminish the chord around this, G sharp diminished. That's 11, 12, 10, 12 of the inner 4 strings. G sharp diminished or E7 flat 9. Then I move 1 to the right on the B string, 13th fret, and 10th of the E. So first 2 bars. Right, now to the second turnaround, 2, 5, 1, 6 again. This time, here's the melody note. I play an A minor triad chord, open A string again, then the root here is 7th of the D, and 5, 5, 5 barred. Then I play down to the major 7, so it's A minor major 7. That sounds awesome. And then to the minor 7. So we move down here, this string. Right, now D7 altered, I take the 3rd of the D7 and play a diminished chord again. So 4, 5, 4, 5. That's an F sharp diminished. And that's a D7 flat 9. And now I have these 2 notes, and I play them in octaves. 4th of G and 7th of the E string, and then move up a bit to the 8th fret. Right? Mute the B string if you strum, or just hybrid pick or play with your fingers. Now it's to the 1 chord again, that's the G major 7, and this time all the way up, barred all the way up to the E string. And E7 altered again. This time I start from the 5th of the E7, that's the B, and I shape a B diminished again. See, today we've learned at least how to substitute altered chords by diminished chords. And then I play the G string 1 lower on the 9th fret. All right, and here's the entire phrase number 4 at slow tempo. 3, 4. All right, and here are the last 4 bars of the B section, and we have different chords now, starting out with the A minor again. This time it's A minor 9, I take advantage of the open A string again, then 5, 5, 5, and here's the 9th. That's the 7th of the E string, A minor 9. And now I have a little melody going on, which lays perfectly within the chord. Lift off your finger, and then it's the A up here, then the G on the B string, and up to the 10th fret. That's the A. All right, now a C minor with this on top. That's comfortably laying here. 8, no A string, 8 of D, G, and the 11th of the B string. Right? Hope you can see that. Then I'll lift this up, and the 8 of the E string. Then the 10th and the 11th of the E string. Right? So. And now it's for the B flat chord, resolution chord. I have it up here, like on the E flat, but now starting on the A fret. On the A string, 13th fret of the A, 12th of G, 13, 13 of B and E strings. B flat 6, 9 this is. Little rest and going to G minor 7, just the inner 4 strings, root 10, 12, 10, 11. And now some sixths again, because I like him so much. This is the melody. 10 and 10 of G and E, 8 and 8 of G and E, and 7 and 6 of G and E. That's just basically the B flat major scale harmonized. Right? Up to C minor 7, 8, 8, 8. Sorry, we don't play the D string. 8, G string, B string, and the 11th of the E string. All right, so after F9, 8, 7, 8, 8, inner 4 strings, and more sixths in the B flat major scale. These guys, G and E string, I can leave my finger up here. Then 6 and 7 like before, and 5 and 5. G and E string always, right? Now we need a B flat minor 7, 6, 6, 6, 6, upper 3 strings plus the bass note. And now B flat altered, so I just need to add these two guys here on the 7th. So we have 6, 7, 7, 6 by barring. And we get a B flat 7 sharp 5 chord. And that was it for the B section. Now let's revisit the phrase 5 at slow tempo. 3, 4. As for the A3 section, it's identical to the A2 section, and we end on that last E flat 6, 9 chord here on the 11th fret. We had it in the A2 section, 11, 10, 11, 11. All right, guys and gals, I thank you very much for watching my rendition of If You Could See Me Now. I hope I see you next week. Servus Baba from Vienna. Ciao, ciao.